Hello there. Welcome to the Kwedu Report. We are joining you live from our studios here in Sydney, Australia. Today, we are very happy to be joined by our co host, Oliver Junai Maboreke. Oliver, welcome to the Kwedu Report.
Thank you, Harry. It's great to be here.
To our guests and our viewers on Kwedu Classics, thank you very much for joining us today on this very special day where we are talking about the Zimbabwe Diaspora Investment Forum. Now, the Zimbabwe government has launched a high-level tourism and investment campaign across Australia as part of a broader effort to attract diaspora capital into the country's tourism and hospitality sector, while strengthening investment partnerships under the re-engagement agenda. This event is being coordinated by the Ministry of Tourism and Hospitality Industry in collaboration with key economic institutions that include the Ministry of the Ministry of Tourism. I said now under the banner Zimbabwe Diaspora Tourism and Hospitality Industry Business Engagement Forum. Before I proceed, I must apologize to you all for our late start to the program. My most sincere apologies. Now, the forum seeks to engage Zimbabweans living across Australia to transition from primarily sending remittances to making long-term investments in tourism infrastructure and related sectors in Zimbabwe. The initiative complements the government's domestic tourism promotion campaigns Zimbo and Nakayedu Ilifaletu, which promotes heritage-based tourism, community participation, and public-private partnerships. Of course, we will be crossing over to Melbourne, Victoria, where one of the two events that are going to take place here in Australia will be taking place today. So the first forum is taking place today in Victoria, in Melbourne, to be more specific. Now, Oliver, you are the immediate past chairperson of the Zimbabwe community in Australia. What do you think about the forum of this magnitude and to us some of the problems that you think Zimbabweans face when they want to invest back at home?
Thank you, Harry. And good afternoon and good morning, viewers, wherever you are across the world. Yes, indeed, this today marks a historic event in the partnership between the diasporan community here in Australia and across Asia and across the Pacific, Australia Pacific region, in terms of investing in our country. As you have asked, one of the challenges that diasporans have been facing out here in Australia in regards to investing back home is mainly around being able to understand the systems of how to actually invest. So as a result, we find that most people have actually been probably using the informal way of sending remittances and then maybe asking their relatives back home to do projects for them or try to then reinvest some of the funding that they send out there. But then this has not been very effective. So having a forum of this nature is really a very ice-breaking event, because it will allow a formal partnership to develop, and then everyone who's got the desire to actually invest back home in whatever sector, whether it's tourism, whether it's hospitality, whether it's construction, whatever it is, they can then be able to understand the formal pathways of how to actually invest back home in Zimbabwe. So I really am excited, and I think the Zimbabwean community across Australia is really excited that this has come to Australia, and we're looking forward to the deliberations that are taking place currently in Melbourne, and then those ones that are going to happen thereafter.
Thank you, Oliver. To our viewers, those who are just joining us on the Kondo Report today, where we are talking about the Zimbabwe Diaspora Investment Forum, currently taking place in the city of Melbourne, Victoria, here in Australia. Now, the first forum is taking place at the Promenade Docklands, New Quay Promenade Docklands in Melbourne. Right. So the forum is about to get underway. Now, of course, if you miss today's event, there's another one that is coming to Sydney next week on the 15th of July, right here in Sydney. Make sure you don't miss the second one if you miss today's program. Now, Oliver, this may be of interest to our viewers to show government commitment, to show high-level commitment by the Zimbabwean government. The Zimbabwean government is represented at this forum, today's forum, and even next week by a high-powered delegation led by the Minister of Environment and Tourism, Honorable Barbara Hodzi, and she's also accompanied by a team from the Zimbabwe Tourism Authority, the CEO, Dr. George Manyaya. There's also Mosia Tunya Development Company, Chief Executive Officer Taona Jo. There's also Zimbabwe Investment and Development Agency CEO, Mr. Tafadzwa Shinamo, and several senior officials from the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe. Oliver, in your opinion, how do you think this level of engagement at this level of government will help Zimbabweans who want to invest back home? Not only Zimbabweans, but even Australian business investors who want to invest in Zimbabwe. How do you think this level of involvement at government level will help?
I think it's a very crucial step for that to happen, because it shows seriousness in terms of wanting to have real and proper serious investment back home in Zimbabwe. And also, I think it's also important that these officials that are coming across will actually be able to answer the questions directly from those that attend these events. Because, as I said, many times people have been hearing information from third parties and so forth. So I think having all these personnel from the different sectors coming across to Australia to speak directly to the diaspora investors, and also maybe some other investors, not necessarily from Zimbabwean heritage, that might want to invest back in Zimbabwe. It's actually very historic. And I think I was speaking to a couple of investors, Australian investors, that are looking to invest in tourism in Zimbabwe, and they've actually said, look, it's actually a great thing that you actually have somebody in the stature of a minister actually attended this event. So they are looking forward to attending the Sydney event. And so, as I said, look, it's actually a great initiative, and we're looking forward to. And I think every Zimbabwean who's serious about investing back home is looking forward to actually attending to these events.
Brilliant. Thank you, Oliver. Now, to our viewers, it is also important to know that during this forum, that is today in Melbourne, there will be a question and answer session where the delegates will be able to engage the high-powered government delegation and get to have some of their most pressing questions answered. Also in attendance, I must say, the Zimbabwean ambassador to Australia, His Excellency Ambassador George Tapera Mishi, is also in attendance at this forum. To our viewers, we just are going to take a short commercial break while we prepare to connect to our team who are on the ground in Melbourne at the conference venue for us to get the live coverage of this event. Once again, stay tuned. We will be back as soon as we are ready to go live once again from the conference venue. Thank you very much. We'll be with you shortly.